Today we're back testing another batch of viral recipes you guys have sent me to see if they're worth your time and effort. In fact, yeah, waste my time and effort. I am your food crash test dummy in every sense, I suppose, to see if you actually want to give it a go. Although the first one is actually my own invention. So my idea is based roughly on the Pringles slab thing that we made. I absolutely loved it. I mean, who wouldn't like that? Actually, to be fair, I don't think Hugo did. You like it?
That's bizarre.
Still feel the same?
Yeah, it was just too salty and...
And you haven't made another one?
No.
I actually really liked it. I love the salty contrast, but my favorite crisps or chips, depending on where you are in the world, are Doritos. So we're gonna do a twist of Doritos with the confectionery classic. That's right, we're gonna do Dorito Snickers. What's funny about that?
Did you say Dorito Snickers?
I did not say Dorito Snickers. Doritos Snickers. So the plan is to get a bag of Doritos. I've gone for the chili heatwave ones. I just noticed on the back there, it's only 180 grams, this bag. Fairly certain when I went to school, you'd get almost that weight in your packed lunch. But I'm really trying to crunch these down. All right, so just about see it in there. Oh, a nice crunch, also the heat, contrasted with. Here I have some roasted chopped peanuts. They are gonna go in. Mostly in the bag, some are escaping on the counter, which might be a sensible decision on their part. There you go, just to show you what we're dealing with right now. Look at that, it's not something you see every day. Oh wow, and now it's just got a lovely layer of the Doritos. You can't really see them in there. Imagine that, that'd be a heck of a prank. And then we take some smooth peanut butter. I mean, to be fair, I could have saved myself some money and just got crunchy and not added the nuts in, but I want that separate texture, that consistency. Drooping this in. I almost had this slight look of confusion on my face as I was doing that. I don't know if we can overlay that as I say that. Almost like, what am I doing? But this isn't viral yet. But now, to add this in here properly, you need to do the official peanut butter mixing dance. So, in here. A massive shout out to the royalty-free music that probably overlaid me dancing. Now, I've got to admit, you probably can't see it too well there, but if I try and shimmy it and squeeze it a little bit, that's actually bonded it together pretty darn well. A little bit like the role the peanut butter played in the recent McDonald's Cookie Baker video. But hold folks, some milk chocolate that I've just melted that I might have actually used the wrong type that I was supposed to use for the next recipe, but you'll see that in a minute. I don't think it'll make a massive difference. Just doing that really awkward thing now where I'm like, got a spatula. I need, of all the gadgets I've ever done, now I need a spoon rest. I don't think I've ever reviewed a spoon rest. And if I have, I gave it away.
What about your spoon rest for your congee bowls?
Yes. It's a fish. Amazing. Why am I getting so excited over it? Oh, it's just, there's a time and a place for fish rests. Pun intended. All right, here we go. I was gonna add oil to this to help it sort of be a little smoother, but we've got it at a good temperature. Oh my gosh. I need to change the camera angle so you can see this. Look, there's like this chocolate lake in there. Actually, I think, I mean, obviously I don't know. I've got 600 grams of chocolate here. The first rule of Doritos Snickers is there are no rules. It's like the Fight Club of chocolate casting. Now, like the Pringles I was mulling over. Oh my gosh, that's so warm. That's like a chocolate hot water bottle. I was mulling over actually just casting it in the bag like some sort of gigantic omelette. Like massaging it like that has no right to feel as nice as it does. I'm kind of enjoying it a bit too much. So now I've got, this is a disappointing thing. I've used this chocolate bar mold. I used to have 3 of these in a row. If one of you guys can remember what video it was where the other 2 went, like get in touch and message me. If you can remember what it is, I'll send you this one so I can have an excuse to order another row. But it's quite thin. I mean, in fact, as I look at it, that is exceptionally thin. But let's try and pour it through. See, look at this. This is exactly what I wanted it to look like. Well, a little bit. It's giving me like Rice Krispie cornflake cake vibes. Now I'm gonna go as quick as I can because I do have some more molds that are thicker. And obviously with chocolate, you want it to settle quick. By the second, it is probably wanting to set, as reluctant as it probably is. I can smell the chili. I can smell the peanut butter. That's kind of it. Kind of defeated the point then. I just picked up the rest and the spatula at the same time. But if we just like let this settle in, here we go. This is kind of like, if you remember, we did the Pringles. We also did like a Dubai chocolate twist on it. I'm sorry, I'm just gonna have to, you just get out of the way, mate. And then a little tappy tap. In fact, so much easier if I do it on a board. Just to get any of those air bubbles out. I mean, I really don't think they're air bubbles. If this thing could talk, it's probably like gonna be like, what the heck's going on right now? Yes, great Scott, Marty. My Back to the Future mold, I absolutely love this. So let's be, I don't know, we'll just go for the bigger ones if we can. But this is starting to seize up, so I do need to go a little quicker. We're gonna, and also with the chunks, with the grooves of the crisps and the nuts, is it gonna settle too much? That's where we want that chocolate to still be fairly liquid. Right, I'll see you in a minute. All right, so this is there nice and settled down. I've actually still got quite a lot left in the bag, so I'll probably stick that in the fridge anyway. Oh, I've just put my finger in it. Amazing. That is gonna get set. And the next one, anyhow, involves this watermelon. All right, next up is watermelon fabs. A twist on a very retro ice lolly. Watermelon rectangle, I think that's Greek yogurt, gets frozen. There's chocolate, which now does look like milk, whoops. That gets dunked, cool. And then sprinkles go on top. Basically a spin on an iconic lolly called a fab. Now, some of you probably don't know what that is. Do you know what a fab is, Hugo?
Yeah, I do.
Awesome, have you had one?
Yeah, and they're awful.
A comment on here that stood out was from Bonsai72 with the watermelon saying, no seeds, crying emoji. Are they upset that there's no seeds? And then Bry, the acting guy, what is a fab? And it's got a like, so there's two people at least in the world that don't know what a fab is. I will say, actually, I've got a fair bit of chocolate there left. We might have enough milk to do this, but the dark, I don't think it's gonna make it different because it's gonna get covered in sprinkles anyway. I carried a watermelon. Do you get that reference?
No.
Ah, Dirty Dancing. Amazing film.
I've had the time of my life.
We might cut that out. All right, here we go. So I guess we cut down this watermelon. My gosh. Shout out to Hugo that actually went and got me this this morning. I went last night to, I should have filmed this. I went to 3 different supermarkets to try and get a watermelon and they just didn't have any. It's like quite hot in the UK at the moment, so everyone's buying them. And the one they had, it was like pale, like green, so it wasn't very ripe. I went to pick it up and it was like my hand nearly went into it. It was so mushy. Oh, look at that. So looking at it, they just kind of like take a bit of rind off and then they kind of go this way and have a gigantic one. I'm gonna make 2, I think. 2 is enough. So I'm gonna kind of like, this is the official shape. I'm gonna SpongeBob the watermelon here because that's obviously got to cover with the Greek yogurt and the chocolate too. So I think that's a fairly decent one and I'm quite happy with that cutting. And actually on the subject of watermelon, if you're catching the regular monthly live streams we're doing, actually if you're a club member, consider joining the club to support the channel. We actually do bonus giveaways where I mentioned the McDonald's cookie maker. We're giving that away on the next one. But hopefully if you see this video in time, I can get my mum on the next live stream where I've got an entire book someone sent me of fruit carving and there's an entire watermelon basket. So we'll see, with that being live, what could go wrong? I can't unsee them looking like little red SpongeBobs now, but anyhow, these are some lolly sticks that we got from IKEA the other day randomly. I think I did a food haul from IKEA before. I nearly bought a load of like kitchen gadgets and all these like funny names. So maybe I'll do an IKEA kitchen gadget special, but that's worked really, really well. In fact, just for having like your watermelon like this, if you could be bothered, it does make it look 1% more sophisticated. But here's what we do. I've actually taken this board out of the fridge because the chocolate is kind of on its own now. It's doing its thing. It's had enough help. We plunge about 2/3 of the way up. Ooh, that is not a very good coating at all, is it? Oh, look at that. Do you know what? I'm gonna dry this. Maybe it's the moisture that's stopping it cling to it. Yeah, I mean, nobody wants a dry watermelon, really. Kind of defeats the point of it, but maybe it's just stopping it like latching on. And that is really biting into my kitchen towel. So yeah, this might help it. Although now as it settles, it does look pretty good. I don't know, I'm kind of confused. Ooh. Oh, 2 dunks is the way, I think. What's better than 2 dunks? 3 dunks. All right, and with that in mind, I am going to lift this one back up. Cheers, mate. Sorry. On you go. Oh no, I think you do need to pat it dry. Look at that, it's wiping it off. The Mr. Miyagi of watermelon chunks. Yogurt on, yogurt off. All right, I'll just try and get one decent side with it because I'm not getting my kitchen towel on this. Oh gosh. Yeah, okay, I'm happy with that. But you can see the difference between actually wiping it. That's actually significant. So for now, they can go in the freezer. We really want to lock that yogurt on there. And I really hope my ice cube tray does not fall off. It is desperate to. It's like a diving board. All right, next one, but I'd like to quickly apologize to the club members that just had an entire documentary about me trying to get a fly out of this studio. It's successfully gone. Right, this one, air fryer garlic parmesan breadsticks. You take some bread, crust off, chunky slices then get rolled up into breadsticks. That looks like butter that's then magically melted, some onion or garlic powder, parsley, roll it in, and then this is parmesan, coat it in that, and then you air fry it, resulting in these lovely, crispy, crunchy breadsticks, which sound and look absolutely incredible. Now, air fryer. Now this is our genuine air fryer for our house. So basically the rule is Mrs. B said do not write on it. I can't tell you how tempting this is to not get a silver pen and write all over it. But no, this isn't Hugh, this isn't Alan, this is our decent air fryer. I finally found one that I like. All right, so in the UK, actually I don't know if this is the case in other countries, but if you eat the crusts on your bread, it's supposed to give you curly hair. So when I was growing up, it was certainly a thing, people being like, I don't want curly hair. And then there was a phase where I think I was in my teens where everyone was like going and intentionally getting perms. I just wonder if that's the same sort of thing across the world. Does everyone have this thing that if you eat crust, you get curly hair? I'd quite like to have curly hair, but anyhow, 3 big old chunky rectangles. Again, we're gonna sponge bob it roughly. That's the official term for a thick rectangular slice now. Let's just see if this does it first of all. I love how like you can sort of manipulate bread. You can, that sounds a bit wrong, doesn't it? How dare you? Do what I say! You can kind of like squish it and shape it. We're just rolling this up now that we've compressed it into hopefully a breadstick. I mean, it literally is a breadstick in every sense, isn't it? But I'm trying to really squish it down. There we go. Yeah, as long as you flatten the whole piece out first of all, it does go over. Oh, I don't know if I need to like wet that end actually. I think I will, it's not biting. See, this is a thing sometimes in these videos, it doesn't quite show you that step, and I think just a little bit of water to effectively help it bond.
A martini, shaken, not stirred.
No, not that bond. That might just help it want to stay on the seam there, like this. Here we go. Come on, that does feel a little bit better. Okay, nearly. Okay, just on the end, it's a little fluffy. That is the best tip I can give you. In fact, I reckon I could probably even just dunk that in, because now that, plus it will dry out a little bit, is an exceptionally well-rolled bread. Baguette, yeah. Right, no word of a lie, it's taken me about 15 minutes to do these 3, and you saw me do 1, and I even think they might split. I will say this is thick bread, it's not the extra thick, so maybe you need to get thinner, but I am gonna use a rolling pin to see if I can just compress this down and really help it. I mean, that, to be fair, that has really flattened it well. I actually think this is gonna be really nice. I wanna help you guys that try it. I'm just gonna say either way, whatever happens, like the rolling pin then has made it like super, super smooth. Really compressed it evenly. So definitely do that. But as for the dampening of it, oh yeah, I'm still gonna, just on the seam here, I'm still gonna wet that to like merge it. Yeah, I'm not gonna say it's perfect. In fact, this one I might leave with a bit of a line because you can smudge it. Right, I'm gonna keep rolling because this genuinely roll it, does really get it nice and flat. It's just the super fiddly bit is making it join and hold. So I'm gonna say rolling pin and water, and I'll see you in about 5 hours. All right, so a little update, folks. I'm just getting the parsley. I wanna move on. I was gonna try and do 9, but that took so long. Really frustrating task that. Some roughly chopped parsley, but you can see these final 3 here are way smoother than the ones where I compressed it by hand. So definitely rolling pin, definitely wet it. Although look, it does look like it wants to split. There's only one way we're gonna find out. So yeah, I'll get the parsley here. Some melted butter. Well, it's not butter that's melted yet, and from the video it actually took me a minute to figure out what it was because it was like butter, and then I thought it was beaten egg, but it must be butter. Nice one, Mike. Oh, hello. Okay, so the butter, and this is some garlic powder and the herbs. Oh yeah. I mean, I think it looks fairly similar to their video. It's quite difficult because it's got the yellow bowl now, so it's not popping quite as much. What the heck is that? Is that a lump? Oh, I think it's a big lump of garlic powder. There we go, break that down. And I like how the heat from the butter is slightly wilted the parsley there. All right, oh, that smells amazing. So I've got some Parmesan here, randomly. The organic Parmesan, supermarket own brand, but still really good stuff, was 50p cheaper than the standard stuff by the supermarket. So if they see this video, which I'm sure they will, because they all sit down when they do their morning meeting, they'll be like, oh my gosh, Barry's found a cheese life hack in the supermarket. There we go, just grating some of this on. I think that should be enough. If not, I can always add some more on, but I'm just gonna create like a little bed for these sticks to land in, all right? So the good thing is the cheese should dry it out. And I guess also with the butter being like a fluid like this, I mean, I'd love to have joined the breadsticks with the butter rather than the water, but you just needed it, and I used quite a lot. But let's just go with one of the first ones I made, so we'll roll it in this. Oh, hello. Is it me, or has that made it swell up a little bit? I guess it should. Straight into the cheese. I'm going to try and do like a clean hand on it like this as well. So it's kind of like dredging, like when you bread in chicken and stuff like that. We're making homemade nuggets or whatever. When we're doing some sort of homemade coating, you've seen me do that loads of times. You kind of have like your wet hand, use your dry hand to create the bed for it to roll in, and then just sprinkle and let it bite. bite. That's awesome. Okay, let's have a little look at these then and see how much they've puffed up and rolled. And actually, I love that yellow hue it's done. And it does seem to have actually encased the bread together even more so. Here's the air fryer. I blooming love this thing. I'm not gonna like rave about it too much today. I will perhaps in the next air fryer video. But there's a few reasons we got it. Well, actually, if you want, and more importantly, if I can remember, I'll put an affiliate link down if you want to support the channel to this actual brand. It's by Bosch, don't mind telling you that. I always find their stuff pretty good. But as I put that one down there, you can see the opening on that bread. See, I feel like that wants to split. Look at that gap. Here we go then. Lovely and nestled in there. What's the temperature? Is it 180? 180, like darts, which to some of you might not get the reference whatsoever. I think people were saying about 7 minutes with an optional shake in between. And you might be able to see why. Oh no, because it's quite bright in here. But hang on. Look, if I do that, I didn't turn the light on before. There we go. It's a door with a window. All right, 3 minutes done already, and it's starting to smell incredible. Oh my gosh, not quite territory for a shake just yet. But whilst it carries on, 2 comments in this video. One says, this just might be the cleverest thing I've seen on the internet today. And so far, despite the problems with rolling up, I think it's got potential. And a real plot twist, don't throw food away chicken. What could that even mean?
That smells amazing.
Does it?
Maybe it's because I haven't like eaten anything all day, because we've just been putting stuff in the fridge.
I'm sorry about that. Alrighty. Oh, here we go. Get out there. A little bit of butter weeping from it. They smell really good. They split a little bit, but right now, they're kind of joined together. I don't really care. Mmm. That's a good crunch. What I like is you still taste the butter in it. A lovely golden crunchy outside. You get a little bit of the garlic too. But the inside too, where it's kind of been like encased and shielded, it's sort of fluffy and it gives it like this sort of nice bite. I really like that. And I think having a little bit of butter and parsley to one side to revive it, now that is good. Oh, I heard a nice little delicate crunch. All good?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
It gives it a little kick, right? Revives it.
Mm-hmm. They're great then.
So before we move on to the next one, we have got to top up our fab lollies, watermelon yogurt-y things with the chocolate. Oh, amazing. They are properly set now. There is definitely a distinct colour between the watermelon and the yogurt, and that's, well, the most important thing. Right, here we go. This is the chocolate from earlier that I've remelted, but I've also put in 1 bar of dark chocolate with it. And I'm hoping, I've not checked after I've done this, should be okay, I hope, that the width of the watermelon should dunk down into that. I mean, if it doesn't, that's kind of my problem. I'll just get another glass that does. The other thing is, on the last file recipes we did something called a dot cake, where we used hundreds and thousands, and I thought, oh, that's what goes on a fab. But it's not, it's actually a different thing, vermicelli, so this sort of multicolored still, but like longer strands. So that's what we're gonna coat it with the chocolate. Yeah, I mean, how good do they look? Look at that, that's amazing. That was the one that we did dunk after it being dried. So you can see it has coated it quite well, even the side that was on the paper. So let's get our glass. Oh, I think it's gonna fit, Cinderella. Here we go, down. Leaving enough to show the white, because that is that iconic fab look, that free tone. Oh my gosh, that looks insane. And remember, it's cold, so it should help it set. Let's do our other one. Yep. That was actually something, looking back, that I didn't really think about when I was slicing the watermelon chunks. And actually, look, it wants to pour off. Look at this one. What's going on there? I think you should 100% dab it with kitchen towel. Look, it's just running off. Right, we can have a rubbish one. Or we can get angry with it and go, no, you might run off, but we're going to pour you on there. Amazing. It's setting quite quick, so I've got to try and shimmy these on whilst I can. Oh wow, it might just be on one side. Whereas this one, if I lift it off, this has got a bit more movement to it. In fact, it's like a cake, we can hide it. This might be more funky actually. And I know it's only one side. I mean, I could do another one. Look, that one's set so quick. I've got like a weird section here where I've got like one that's like, it's grabbed a few bits. And the other one, that is looking, oh no, if I pull that off, look, it actually wants to just turn it there. That entire chocolate coating just wants to pull away like it's some sort of chocolate hat. Right, I think we'll stick with our decent one, and that's going back in the freezer. We'll try that once it fully locks those bits on there. Right, I've had to get quite creative with my ice cubes and my bag of ice, but I think we've at least got one that is going to be satisfactory. Anyhow, this one's from actual Hugo. This is a s'mores wrap. Actually, a few people did tag me in this. It's Nutella in corners, fluff, graham crackers, marshmallows folded up, that iconic sort of like viral fold. I guess it gets fried. It doesn't show you. It looks absolutely gorgeous, so let's jolly well make it. So the main thing is you just take one slice from the middle to an edge to give you the chance to lift it up and fold and top it. A nice comment on this one was someone that put gimme 50. I think if I have more than one, that might need to be an exceptionally long run. And to contra that, someone also left the comment, too many chemicals. I don't want to say anything about that. I just want to enjoy this moment. I'm still slightly worried about that fab. But anyhow, Nutella. Oh, gosh. Do you want to try this, Hugo?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just going to make one that you can mostly have this, okay? All right, marshmallow fluff. Goodness me. All the nutritious stuff here, but I get it. I get why people were like, I want to watch this and I want to make it. And in Hugo's example, he's seen it and thought, I know, I'll get someone to make it for me. I really want to pan the camera down because Boston's like genuinely licking his lips right now. I don't want to give my dog marshmallow fluff. That might be for selfish reasons. That also might be because that would be a very bizarre dog walk. Right, marshmallows in here, biting that Nutella. And it's supposed to be white ones, but I felt, you know what? The pink ones, randomly, the mixed pink and white was 10 pence cheaper. Now this is starting to look like quite an exciting dessert pizza, to be honest, but this is actual graham crackers that escaped the menacing jaws of that McDonald's toy. Hey, that actually looks pretty cool, doesn't it? Like a dessert pizza. Hugo, do you want to, actually your idea, do you want to do the fold?
Yeah,
come on, have a
I'll
go.
do the fold.
So I've already done the slice, so we will fold it that way.
Okay.
And then that way, and then back on itself, okay?
Okay. This is the best
I'll
part.
zoom out a bit, sorry.
This is the best part of the job. I just get you to make me stuff that I find online.
Pretty much most videos at the minute. All right, we've got a roll reverse soon. There you go. Yeah, and then back over the marshmallow to encase it. Look at that beast. Oh my gosh. Yeah, okay, it's fairly neat. I don't know once we toast it. I mean, we've got a little bit of Nutella there. Is that going to scorch? Let's find out. I'm going to slowly bring it up to heat. My gut feeling is it might get a little bit sticky. It might get a bit crazy, but as gooey and oozy as it might be, it could look rather good indeed. All right, here we go. I think this might be burning. Sound like Sean Paul then. Oh no. Oh, I'll go get a spatula, hang on. Oh, actually, that's not too bad. Some of that is the Nutella that's charred, but the actual tortilla itself has got a decent coating on it. I'm just gonna slowly push the marshmallow and the graham cracker that's tried to escape out of it. But I tell you what, it's all kind of going together and sort of working. Ah, there we go. That side is slightly lighter charred, but it's still a nice golden color. Look, that's our pink mini marshmallow wanting to ooze out of the side. I think with the sugar in this, if I try and pick it out right now, I'm gonna need some new fingerprints. I'll turn it around this side. You can see that opening there. What was in here? Was this where the biscuits were? Oh yeah, it's almost like a little purse. I feel like more marshmallow in there would do it. However, it might, from the rest of it that's in there, might be a nice break from it. Let's let it cool and see what Hugo thinks. See, it is more charred that side, but that's like Nutella.
Oh wow, a lot of marshmallow.
You know it's good when someone goes for a second bite. There you go. Happy?
10 out of 10.
After that one, I've got a bit of a sweet tooth, so let's have something savoury. To whoever said to roast mozzarella sticks over the fire, I hope you hit every green traffic light. So it looks like they're pushing a mozzarella stick into a wooden bamboo skewer over a naked flame. Can't really see the smoky on that, on how like well charred it is, but it certainly looks like it's cooked through. I assume they're frozen, the ones I'm gonna get are. There's a comment on this that says, why are they green? And I've had to just check back. I think it was because they're jalapeno ones as well. Either that or I thought my eyes were going funny. Or the other one, okay, but why are you cooking them with the tiniest stick? Lol. I'm absolutely not responsible enough for that. I would lose a hand to the flames. And I sort of agree with that. Like, that is a wooden bamboo skewer. So I have actually got these stainless steel ones that I think will hopefully give me a bit of peace of mind. And they're absolutely ginormous. So let's go light a fire and thread some mozzarella sticks. I love how on the box it says to actually cook them to 180°, which ironically is the same temperature as our lovely breadsticks. And they were gorgeous. I don't know if I can control the temperature of a flame. Oh my gosh, these are tiny. Beautiful. Wow, okay. Can I get that? All right, they are gonna go on there, nice. It's just gonna take a little bit of convincing. It's an absolutely ginormous stick, unless I thread like 3 or 4 on there. But this isn't about that. It's about getting that charring, that smoky flavor on there. I mean, it does seem a bit over the top, rather than just bunging them in your oven, in your air fryer, whatever. But let's jolly well give it a go, shall we? I'm a little bit impatient, but there's some flames here, so let's just do 2 and see what happens. Look, Hugo, it's actually charring.
Oh,
I mean,
wow.
I know I'm being surprised by fire, but like, look at the charring on that. A confirmation that flames are hot. So I'm gonna keep rotating this just in case it's still frozen in the middle. I just hope it doesn't catch on fire, but that's looking pretty decent actually. Like to the point where it might fall in a minute. I wanna do this with all my frozen food now.
A charred fish.
Charred fish fingers?
Yes.
Oh no, I dropped it. I mean, I guess that shows that it's kind of working. Have a look at the difference. Look at that charring, the smokiness on there. It's still warm, so we'll have to give it a try. And if this doesn't work, oh yeah, I can just about hold that. That's warm, actually. Oh, there was, if I get some sort of cheese ball, I mean, there's not much mozzarella in it. It's a lovely smokiness on there. Oh, blimey, that's actually pretty good. Oh, it's not cold. That was actually really good. I'm sorry it's not perfectly hot. I'm apologising. I apologise, sir.
It's lovely.
All right, so from a smoky fire, woo, that was hot. I mean, it is hot in England today anyway. It's 34 degrees C, which I understand in some places in the world is probably quite chilly. But oh yes, we've got the Fab Lolly, but also the Dorito Snickers. I don't even know how to pronounce it now. Dorito Snickers. Let's get it out of the mould. Here we go. I got the Back to the Future ones out of the mould already. Not too bad, actually. Tamped it down quite well. And of course, the different shards and pieces in there might not give it the most best finish, but rather happy with that. But let's see what the actual bar is like. Have we set the bar high for an interesting bar? Too many bars, Barry. Too many bars, Barry. Oh, it's been a long day. Oh, look at that! You can see the nuts and the Doritos in there. I really, really hope this is not horrendous. Oh, there's that heat coming now. The peanut butter is kind of playing a sort of sweet role, oddly. I feel like it's the sweetest thing in here. You've got the chili from the Doritos, you've got the nuts and the peanut butter. I don't hate it. It doesn't really taste like a Snickers, which hopefully means I won't get sued. But I actually like that. Whoa, God, that has got a nice kick to it.
Oh, bit of heat. It tastes like a Marvellous Creations bar. It's better than the Pringles.
What a fab day. But speaking of fabs, vermicelli, like scattery sprinkle things all over the floor, but the dance was fun. I did that before that bit. Look at this monstrosity. That's amazing. Let's put an actual fab on the screen next to me. It looks, no pun intended, rather fab, doesn't it? Ooh, I actually prefer watermelon frozen. Now with a bit of yogurt. Oh, not a fan of plain yogurt. Any sort of plain yogurt. Now I do feel like I should leave this for a couple of minutes because that chocolate is still rock hard and it could shatter my teeth. Wow. I think I got about 70% chocolate. I have shaved the watermelon slightly. That is absolutely delicious. And of course, considerably healthy than probably, I don't know how bad the fabs are. They're a lovely lolly, but they're tiny these days now with shrinkflation. Buy a watermelon, make your own, and turn it into like well, it is a watermelon SpongeBob, isn't it? I think oddly, I don't want to have a worse one. And if I did, it probably would be this, just purely based on the Greek yogurt. If I had a favorite one, those breadsticks in the air fryer, absolutely phenomenal. Keep sending in the VAR recipes. I do try them every month or so. I know some of you are like quite insistent. You haven't tried this one yet. I will get my way around to it. Thank you so much. Consider supporting the channel by joining the club if you wish on Patreon or YouTube memberships. Subscribe for regular videos and check out the playlist linked to this for more videos like this. Cheers then.